What's up, everybody? This is John with Archer Film. Thanks to all my subscribers, return viewers. I really do appreciate it. So, A Quiet Place is pretty much a horror masterpiece, in my opinion. A brilliant premise. Alien monsters have taken over, and they hunt by using sound. So, any noise, and they attack quickly and viciously. So, be quiet. The first film not only executes the premise well, but gives us great characters to root for. Of course, Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. So there are multiple scenes in that movie that have a lot of fun with the premise and make you absolutely squirm. The birth scene, the nail scene, just to name a few. The visuals are fantastic. The red light warning system, the white sand trails through the woods. You have very smart characters in an absolutely impossible situation, and I found myself on the edge of my seat the whole movie. While I was watching it in the theater, I remember eating my popcorn as quietly as I could, not wanting to make a single noise, and the whole auditorium was like that. Everyone was trying to be as quiet as they could because the characters were trying to be as quiet as they could. It was awesome. It was one of the most amazing communal movie-going experiences that I've had. So I loved that movie. I admit I've not yet seen the sequel, Quiet Place Part 2, so let me know if it's worth watching. Eventually I will see it. But I did see A Quiet Place day one. So I love an alien invasion movie or an end-of-the-world movie, and this is both. I love that kind of premise. It's so cool to see someone going about their lives normally, and in the background, all hell is breaking loose, but we don't know yet. Right off the bat, Lupita Nyong'o, she's a great actress, great look, but her character, right off the bat, is not very interesting. She doesn't have any charm or wit. I know she's dying at the beginning, and we kind of get a sense she's at this hospice, but she really has no personality. She's supposed to be a poet, and she kind of jokes about it, and you're like, oh, what? See, they think that by hiding her being a poet, you kind of slowly reveal it, but for the most part, she's just kind of nobody. There's just nothing going on. And so I get it, she's dying, but think about Liam Neeson's character in the excellent film The Grey. He wants to die at the beginning. Then he's forced into a real survival mode after this plane crash, and he's stranded in the middle of the wilderness. And through the events of the movie, he realizes not only does he want to live, but he's willing to fight for his life. Such a fantastic, underrated movie. So, Quiet Place Day One, aliens come, they kill people, society crumbles. There's some cool, scary moments, nothing like the first one, but it's not bad. There's some, it's not awful. But as the movie unfolds and the monsters attack, people screaming, getting killed, all this stuff, I really did like the marionette scene too. It seemed out of place in that movie, almost too poetic, and then you just kind of goes into disaster movie. The music was great. I really enjoyed the music. Of course, you see the monsters all over the place, and that's the cool thing about the first one is they kind of hide the monsters, until about halfway through. But here's the thing about this movie. I have one big persistent problem that is the most unbelievable thing. It just destroys my, suspension of disbelief in every single scene. Every scene I am taken out of the story, taken out of the movie world, and that is the cat. Have the filmmakers ever had a cat? Have they ever seen a cat? Have they, do they understand that with a cat, as soon as the aliens, get there, the cat's going to haul ass and hide, and you're never going to see it again. Cats do not need humans. In fact, they probably don't even trust them. If you have a cat and something big and loud happens, cats are very hearing sensitive, right? They run away and hide. They don't run to humans for help. So not only that, but dragging a cat through all of this, explosions and aliens screaming and running around and people dying and all this stuff. I'm watching the cat in every scene and it barely reacts to anything. That's not real. I'm thinking every time I see the cat and crazy stuff's happening and the cat's just kind of chilling half asleep in her arms, I'm like, oh, that's a person on a set, and that is a trained cat. That's all I could think of every single scene because it was not real. It took me out of every single thrilling moment. I'm watching the cat. Now think of the cat Jonesy in Alien. When after the alien came about, the Jonesy goes and hides, and it's hissing and spitting, and is like doesn't want to come around, and like even when people get near it, it's like hissing at them because it was scared because there was an alien. That's how cats act. Now, if they started Quiet Place Day One with the cat is deaf, and maybe Lupita claims, oh, she's taking care of the cat, then we get a sense of like, oh, she's taking care of a special needs deaf cat, but really she needs the cat more. Oh, who saved who? Plus, it would delineate the part of the theme of sound and hearing and all that stuff, and it would explain why the cat barely reacts or does not freak out like every other cat would in the history of cats. So anyway, that was my biggest problem with the movie. The ending was didn't really do much for me. The movie wasn't awful, it was just sort of mediocre. But honestly, the cat killed me in this movie. The cat took me out of every single part. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.